Happy Saturday, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. My name is Bull Skunk, joined by the man who threw the cookbook out long ago, ChefBilly, bringing you some Tier 3 action here between Tidal, RTC, and Tribulation. Billy, what we got in store for us today? What do you expect from these two teams?
Oh man, I am excited for this. Tidal, one of the better organizations here in our CGL community. You and I both have a lot of love for them, for Salty and for Eon and their entire org, top to bottom, just a class act. We've been looking forward to kind of casting one of the Tidal games here for a while. So very excited to be here for this one. One of my former mentors, Orca, is on this team, so I'm really happy to see him and his Tier 3 team. They actually were Tidal Bombora last iteration of the CGL MTT in Season 6, so they've kind of rebranded to Tidal RTC. Team looks pretty much the same as it did last season, so not much of a change there. Tribulation, we saw them in the preseason. A little bit of scheduling issues and personnel problems prevented them from playing their games.
As the map is loading here, we can go ahead and touch on hero pools, as we do follow the bans here in CGL that you would see in your comp games. So we are going to have Zero Sigma, Roadhog, Brigitte, or Doomfist here in tonight's matchup. So we'll see how the teams choose to play around those hero bans. But without further ado, let's head to Lijiang Tower.
Woo! I am super excited to see what is going to be going on here as we start out on the night market, one of my favorite personal maps from this map pool. I think this is my favorite one, followed by the Gardens, and then Control Center is probably my least favorite as far as these ones go.
Oh, and see, and I love Control Center because of the Rein Zarya, just brawly nature of it. But, I'm a Reinhardt player.
There's nowhere to hide.
I'm a Reinhardt player. What can I say?
I am too, but I mean, I think that you have to go that brawly comp on Control Center. And I think that it's a disservice to the Reinhardts because you're forced into it. The main tank sometimes doesn't want to play Reinhardt. Come on, man.
Well, we're going to get Tribulation starting us off in the red jersey with the Symmetra, putting the teleporter directly into the window and getting their feet on this objective to start things off. Tribulation coming in with the Junkrat Hanzo composition. The Mei on this side of Tribulation, that was Tidal coming in with the Junkrat Hanzo. Tribulation finding first blood with the Mei wall to divide off the front line, but Fatal King answers right back. They do trade out for Yumi Oka, and it looks like Tribulation going to start things off, get the control percentage started here on Lijiang Towers. They do have a man advantage still on this point.
Yeah, and QZK4 on the Symmetra, allowing his team to get back to the point a lot faster with that Symmetra teleporter. And, they've got basically a bunker set up here with the turrets and everything on the line. Eon going down very early to many Yetis Mei. That's going to be a big problem for them to deal with.
Coming back in now, Eon does have that Earthshatter online, ready to go. Charges into his death, though. Does not press Y. And I think that might have been a more advisable option there. Immortality Field used to keep Tribulation in this fight. And 6 men all here and dueling this out, keeping Tidal at bay here for the most part so far.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, maybe a little bit of too much aggression coming from Eon there. Big sound barrier coming out from Killer Reaper.
Yeah, coupled with a Nano Boost, Dragons, Earthshatter, everything thrown in the mix. We did get Blizzard coming out from Tribulation as well as a sound barrier of their own, but the deaths did pile up there for Tidal. The 4 ultimates and the unadulterated aggression serving them well, and they're going to get this thing flipped over. They're going to get the percentage of their own.
Still going to deal with the Mei, though. I mean, that was a good extra of 7-8% of capture progress.
Yeah, great stall there.
Tribulation there. So great stall. 66% for Tribulation on their first take of the point, and now we're going to see how long Tidal can take care of this.
I mean, Tidal used all their ultimates, though. Do they have anything in the bank to stave off this Earthshatter combo coming in?
I mean, I think that you might have Grab Dragons coming up online from Salty and Fatal King. Good rotation coming here from the side of Tribulation. They've swapped over to a Reinhardt Orisa.
Oh, they're going to use that interesting position to teleport back onto the objective and try to catch the members of Tidal off guard. But so far, they're having none of it. Tidal laying down the herd. Yumioko coming through big with the Junkrat, just denying any space there. Fatal King throwing his dragons into the mix, not even waiting for that Graviton Surge. But Tidal holding on nevertheless.
Absolutely, and Minty, seeing that Valor is a better part of Honor there, getting off the map before they could get any more ultimate charge off of her. So, you know, I mean, this is good defense coming from Tidal. So, you know, I mean, they invested the instead of going for the grab dragons, I think they went ahead and decided to invest the dragons just to keep the point.
Well, we do have Tribulation coming back in. Tie matchup on the board. Earthshatter online for the attack teams. They come in MTT with an early pick and a 6-5 advantage going to Tribulation as they look to press this assault and move right on into this point. Graviton Surge coming out from the defense. Tidal trying to not let that happen, but the Dragon's already used. Will there be any follow-up? Good anti-nade. They're going to get one kill, but Aeon goes down. Blizzard coming out from MTT, and they trade out on both sides. No more Reinhardts on the field, but no Zarya left here for Tidal either, and without their tanks, it's going to be Tribulation moving in and picking this thing up. But 92, be close to 95% on the board here for Tidal before it gets flipped over.
Absolutely. So, you know, we are coming into last fight territory here, just about. And, you know, Tidal does have a couple of big ultimates online. Right now, Red Arrow is getting a lot of value on the throwing in his anti-nades, keeping his team up, and also anti-ing the other team. Man, this is going to be a good last fight if it happens on this try.
This Earthshatter tire combo could be vicious, and indeed it was. 2 kills coming through. Nano Boost going on to Aeon, and he is swinging for the fences as he is juiced up and has all the power in the world. May coming through, has to ice block up as Tribulation is trying to stall this thing out, trying to buy as much time as they can to let the reinforcements get there. But Tidal, they can smell victory on this first point. We'll see if Tribulation can get back.
Oh, barely.
Coming back in on the Wrecking Ball. He does get the touch. More is going to drop Coalescence as well as Soundblazer are coming out. Both support ultimates in the mix coming from Tribulation's Dragons in response. Coming through from the offense as Salty has swapped over to a heaven of his own. And they are now just focusing down that Reinhardt, the last remaining member. Oh, QZ sneaking in the back. Picks himself up. That kill May coming on as well. But one by one, Tidal sending them right back to spawn. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead here on Lijiang Tower.
Man, that is an absolutely fantastic first map here on Lijiang Tower, 100 to 99. So great progress from both teams, back and forth fighting, basically marshaling their ultimates and just dropping it. Whenever they felt like having a little bit of a Y button press party, they all said, "Oh, let's press the Y button," and here we go. Chaos will ensue on the point, and Tidal RTC coming out on top of that, 100 to 99. You know, the swaps that are coming for them. Both teams, I think that the Orisa Reinhardt combo from Tribulation actually served them quite well there in the end. Just a little bit of more ultimate charge for Tidal RTC, which was allowing them to go ahead and take that point all the way through to 100%.
Tribulation now swapping over to a Reaper Pharah combination here as we come into Gardens. Looks like Tidal's going to path around through light side. The front line of Tribulation was looking to do the same, but Tidal just sped right on in there. They have that Lucio, and they're going to take full advantage of it. Reaper trying to go in and deny that position, but he is chased right back out. Farah drops down from above, eats an arrow, and then a nice shot coming from the Lucio. And then the follow-up coming onto the Pocket Pharmacy. Gone. 2-man advantage here for Tidal, and they've got percentage building already.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely fantastic stuff coming from Tidal. The Reaper... Killer Reaper getting a couple of kills on the Lucio, onto the Pharmacy. That's something you don't usually want to either hear or call out or anything like that. That's just absolutely fantastic work from the Lucio for Tidal RTC.
And working and beautifully in tandem with Fatal King. It was a great combo effort, great focus fire coming through. Now Tribulation coming right across bridge. They're going to try to utilize that far to displace Tidal a little bit, but Tidal does not look phased in the slightest. Here comes a Coalescence coming out from Tribulation as they're trying to get this thing flipped back over. Oh, but they eat a Fire Strike. Coalescence down. Res coming through onto that Mora, but that means there's no healing for that Reinhardt at the front line, and Aeon gets that nano boost, the extra damage coming into good use, putting his attention onto that Reaper now, and the Reaper goes bye-bye. Back to spawn with you. Aeon now turning his attention to the remainder of Tribulation. He's got a Earthshatter in his pocket if he chooses to use it.
Absolutely, and 50% and counting here of progress on Gardens. You've got a 3-pack, almost a 4-pack of Ultimates online for Tidal RTC. You've got an all-important Barrage for MTT almost ready. Also, the Death Blossom is coming up online, and Chaotic Guy just got his Earth Shatter. So this could be a very interesting couple of moments here for both teams.
We'll be looking for Killer Reaper with that sound barrier. See if his team can survive this onslaught of ultimates that's about to come in. Minty Yeti trying to go around to the backline, goes ahead and drops that barrage, but everybody able to get out of the way. Diva there with the Matrix. Meanwhile, back on the front though, Chaotix Earth Shatter lands true. Yumioka trying to strike back with a great tire, and she manages to find 2 with that, but I don't think it's going to be enough with the dust settling. Tribulation do get this thing flipped over.
Yeah, but it's almost 90% progress, capture progress for Tidal RTC, and you know they're on map point here, going up. If they go up 2-0, they of course will win this map. So I mean, they basically got one fight to flip it over, and they're basically going to win the point.
Tidal are coming back in with those Hanzo Dragons, but not much else in the bank here. Yumioka went off that Junkrat over to the Ash, just looking for more long-range damage here as they're pathing around through light side, taking advantage of this hallway, see if Fatal can get some of these arrows landed. Coalescence comes out once again from the defense. Tribulation building those up so quick. Nice anti-nade going into the punch. Here comes the Dragons. That's going to force an Tribulation all to the right-hand side of this point. We'll see if Tidal can take advantage. Oh, Mini Yeti strikes onto the Archer, finds the kill. And then QZ picks up one himself, taking down the Reinhardt from the front line. And with 3 kills on the board, Tribulation should be able to hold on here.
Yeah, I mean, they're still trying to contest. I think Reaper should probably take himself out and just get out of there, kill himself, do something to get out of there so that he doesn't charge them up anymore. Yeah, I mean, that's a great hold there from Tribulation. So, you know, showing their teeth, maybe this Reaper Farrakhan for them right now is a little bit more in their wheelhouse of what they want to do.
And they have all the ultimates to work with still, only using the Coalescence and the Earth Shatter in that last engagement. Minty Yeti kind of sneaking around, knows that Tidal is trying to path in through this side again. We're going to get the bomb in the middle. It looks like it's going to get blocked. No damage done there. Now Tidal throwing in a bomb of their own. Trades coming through. The fire goes down, holding that barrage, does not get to use it. Meanwhile, on the front line, Eon swing in for the fences with the nano boost. Throws an Earth Shatter into the mix, but there's no follow-up there. Coalescence once again coming through from Kirkos. And Tribulation on the back of that fantastic Moira play are going to be able to hold on here. 91% on the board. Tidal is getting into desperation phase. Can they get back here in touch?
I hope so, because Eon has swapped over to the Hammond, try to get there back there on the point. I don't know if he's going to be able to touch, though. Oh, Salty barely gets through the window. Holy crap.
Microsecond play coming through, but now they have to find the kills. Mini Yeti coming through, just find one, and going to go and drop that barrage, but to no effect on the back end there. Fatal King throwing the Deadeye in the mix, picks up one here for Tidal. And now they're going to push on to the point. They're trying to focus their attention onto the front line. But now they're kind of getting disheveled. Earthshatter coming in from Tribulation. And it looks like Tidal doesn't quite know who to shoot at. But Fatal King, it looks like he's going to take matters in his own hand, take the far out of the sky. The Mercy drops it as well. Yet another Coalescence coming in from Kukos. Will it be enough to keep Tribulation in this thing? Overtime Wick is a-burning. And this is absolutely final fight territory. Nice stun onto the Reaper, but he's able to fade out of harm's way. On the front line, the brawl continues to ensue as this has just been left in tatters. Tidal looking like they might have it in the eye test, but no, here comes Tribulation storming right back onto the objective. Mini 80 picking up one. The Moira down, that big source of healing gone here for Tidal on this point. QZ's going to find one as well, but the mines are right there. The mines find two. Aeon looking to keep Tidal in this thing, and with a drawn-out fight, the reinforcements are dwindling. Billy, I still don't know who's going to emerge victorious.
I don't know who's going to come out on top of this. I'm just not sure because it's going back and forth. The residents are coming through. The Janai on the Mercy has actually res 2 in this big fight right now. We're about 90 seconds in this.
QZ picks up 3, picks up 4 in the last 10 seconds, and I think that just tilted the balance. It looks like the reinforcements coming through for Tribulation, but of course Tidal, they're not giving up the fight. Salty is going to get D-Max, but Aeon's back, spinning to win here on the Hammond. Oh, he gets shattered. He gets disassembled. Tribulation emerge with the point. We're headed to Control Center.
Oh, man, if you ever want to know what controlled chaos looks like, ladies and gentlemen, that is what controlled chaos looks like in the form of an overtime battle to see who's going to take the point. Tribulation coming out on top there with a really good play from their supports. I mean, the DPS and tanks obviously were doing a fantastic job. However, the Coalescence and the res coming from Jinne on the Mercy, picking up 3 reses in that what's better to be described as a bar brawl.
Yeah, that was not so much an engagement as just an all-out chaotic brawl.
Big time win there for Tribulation. So now we are here on the control center, as you were talking about in the beginning, your favorite part of this map, because it is actually just a Ryan Zarya fest here. But we do see Settling Ace coming out on the Diva for Tribulation. So yeah, this is going to be a different look.
Good mid-fight start here as we get the wall in the division coming through from Tribulation, trying to focus down Eon, but Fatal King is going to be the one to draw first blood for us here on Control Center. Make that 2 kills coming through for the Hanzo. Eon finds the kill onto his counterpart, and Tidal looking strong to start things off here on Control Center. After a little bit of cleanup, they should get percentage started.
Yeah, there it is. They have gone ahead and captured the point, and Kuko's getting out barely with his life. He is still very low. If he can get back to his team, get that healing up, yeah, that was a good engagement. Mini Yeti not setting the wall as cleanly as he probably wanted to, but I mean, great aggression coming from Tidal RTC. The Ryan Zarya combo right now is the absolute go-to right now because the bubbles. And there's a mana boosted Ryan.
Charging in, just fearless, just going right headlong into their front line. He doesn't find any kills, but he single-handedly pushes the entire team of Tribulation right back out that door. And one thing to note here, no May for Tidal. So they're not trying to just stuff the door with May walls. They're using the spam damage coming from the Hanzo and the Junkrat to try to keep them at bay, try to keep them checked. All right, now Tidal. We're going to go and throw a Earthshatter into the mix, but it's blocked, and then one comes out from the other side. Yumioka with the tire. Late Dragons coming through, but I don't even think those were necessary. Yumi had done the damage, but 3 kills coming back through from the other side. So a little bit of a window of opportunity for Tribulation if they can get back.
Absolutely, and QZK4 does have that Deadeye online, so if the Cowboy can get in position to drop that Deadeye, it could be lights out. Also noticing on the other side for Tribulation, Settling Ace does swap off the Diva and chooses the Russian on his own, so we are dueling grabs here very soon.
Here comes the first one out of Tidal, but there is a sound barrier there from Tribulation to keep them alive through that ultimate. Fatal King, nevertheless, manages to find yet another blow. Arrows landing true for this Archer here right now. Aeon finds a kill, but here comes the Graviton Surge from the other way. Tribulation trying to strike back, but Settling Ace drops to yet another killer shot. Fatal King popping off on this Hanzo. 3 kills in that fight. I can't even get one sentence out before he is landing more shots. There is still Lucio on point, able to trigger the overtime, as it's a 99-0 lead right now for Tidal on this point, as they're looking to take a 1-0 lead here in this match. Dragons coming out, trying to deny the aggress coming back in from Tribulation, as Tribulation threw that Blizzard out, but it looks like the reinforcements are just falling one at a time. Tidal, 1-0 lead here in our matchup.
Man, what a dominant display there from Tidal RTC. Coming out with the Ryan Zarya and the Junkrat Hanzo comp, which is not something that you normally say in normal competitive play, but man, did they use it to full effect. Let me tell you what, the tank line for RTC right now is absolutely shredding as far as what's going on, but man, Kukos on this Moira is showing his class, and yeah, big plays from both teams. That was closer than it looked. Big win for Tidal RTC here on the first map of our Week 1 CGL Multi-Tier Tournament Season 7. And we will be back with you in just a moment.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. My name is Bullskunk alongside ChefBilly, bringing you this Tier 3 matchup between Tidal RTC and Tribulation Tier 3. It is 1-0 after our first map. What did we see there, map 1, Billy? It looked like Tidal was pretty strong.
Oof. I mean, it was back and forth. Controlled chaos at points during the map. Lots of Y button mashing, as we were calling it out during the call. Tidal does come out 2-1 at Lijiang Tower. So, that last point there showed the class of what I think RTC brings to the table. As far as their tank line, I know that we always like to see the big DPS ultimates, and Yumioka, one of the newer players for Tidal RTC, showing the class. The young lady showing class on the Junkrat,
killing
a couple of 3K tires. So big plays coming from the young lady for Tidal RTC. On the other side, though, Kukos and the support line of Tribulation Tier 3 absolutely own it right now. I think that they kept their team up a lot longer than probably you or I expected.
Right.
So I mean, I think that it's tank line versus support line right now, and unfortunately, the tank line is just a little bit tipped in favor of Tidal. But I think coming up into the other maps, the hybrid maps, the escort maps, we may see a bit of a shift as far as what's going on. I like to see, a couple of maps in and see where we're at after that. So I think that this next map is going to be giving us a pretty good gauge of where we're at for both the teams. What do you think?
I think that's absolutely correct. And speaking of next maps, we'll be headed to Hollywood here for our hybrid map this evening. And it sounds like we have some subs coming in. What substitutions did we get coming into map 2?
Yeah, I mean, we've got Orca coming in, my my mentor. He's not a former. He still gives me help from time to time, going in for Aeon. And we've got Tayuko coming in, and we've also got Happy and Sword coming in on the DPS combo. So Fatal King and Yuvioka, the aforementioned Junkrat player, being swapped out for this map. Probably just a positional or a compositional change rather than any kind of performance change. No changes for Tribulation Tier 3, so they are going to be on the attack here at Hollywood. Bullskunk, you and I both love this map. We love the streets phase. We love the controlled chaos at the end, trying to see if teams can push it over the edge. I'm very curious to see what kind of a tank line that Tribulation comes out with here, because you do have the option to either go the Ryan Zarya route, or you can go Ryan Diva. You can go dive.
The
dive
possibilities are endless. Yeah, I mean, double barrier works here as well. It is the endless possibilities on Hollywood, left only to your creativity.
My creativity here is always, if you can do it, sneak up on them. We've run a symmetric comp here where you kind of teleport to the top of the cafe up here. Also a dive with a well-placed anti-nade. I mean, that can be absolutely filthy.
Well, like you said, we're getting Tribulation on the attack coming in. Looks like they're going to be bringing us the Ryan Diva with a May and a McCree to put the hurt down. Pathing around to the high ground here, trying to see if they can find an early pick off of this top platform. Maywall coming up in defense, coming from Tidal there, trying to deny that line of sight. Tidal using a Ryan Zarya here on the defense, so we're going to see the extra beam damage coming through from their flex tank. Nice anti onto the front line, coming through from Tidal as the McCree's trade out kills, but it is going to be Happy on the side of Tidal, tilting the balance, finds himself 2 in that. Salty picks up 1, and their defense going to hold strong here through this first engagement.
Look at the ult charge for Happy Bait.
Yeah.
Already 73% to that Deadeye.
More than double what QC has put up. We are going to have a nano boost online as well here shortly for the defense, as Tribulation looks like they're going to try to go back up to that high ground once again, see if they can have better results this time. And I think it's a good approach. I don't mind this look. Kind of staging from up here, see if they can find an opening, get an early advantage. Just kind of poking and prodding, but Tidal doing a good job of keeping it at check here so far.
Sword skills on the May for Tidal. The walls that he is putting up there, I didn't know that you could actually stick them off the side of the ceiling there, and actually is cutting off the LOS for his team, or for the enemy team. So I mean, pretty good stuff coming from the young man.
I'd have to agree. We did have QZ. I think he was thinking about a flank there. Comes back up to the high ground, and now Tribulation decide now's the time to make their move. But a nano boost onto Orca is going to keep him alive through that. And Happy throws that Deadeye into the mix. The early ultimate coming up big here. Turns his attention onto the Reinhardt, finds that kill. And our Southern gentleman with his Peacekeeper, making his presence known here on Hollywood.
Yeah, that's absolutely great stuff coming from Tidal there. Red Arrow throwing in that nano boost onto Orca, just keeping him alive, and then him going ahead and taking the Diva out of mech. That was the beginning of the end for that push for Tribulation, but they do have some ultimates coming up online here. You've got a 3-pack ready to go, almost a Deadeye online for QZK, so this could be a very interesting little bit of span of events here. Let's see what happens, Bullskunk. I think that the high ground aggressive they are doing right now is not working.
Well, and I think Tidal needs to be very careful. They don't have the Diva there to eat that Blizzard. So Tuku has to absolutely be sure and catch that. Be sure that sound barrier is online. Needs to build that ultimate up. We're going to get Earth Shatter with a wall up, but the Earth Shatter is blocked there by the defense. But the Blizzard, there's nothing there to beat the Blizzard. The Diva does not manage to find it, and the entirety of Tribulation is frozen to that. I guess that's one way to counter Blizzard. Just throw your own into the mix. Now here comes the sound barrier from Tribulation, despite the fact that they're already 2 men down, including the Reinhardt already back in spawn. But QZ answering right back, going to go ahead and throw a Deadeye into the mix. Here comes the Graviton Surge in from the defense, but doesn't seem to find much. But QZ caught in this back corner, looking to try to make something happen. May trying to keep him at bay. Tribulation's assault, what it looked to be initially dysfunctional, is now coming in and surrounding him and doing a little bit of divide and conquer. As they're finding some picks here, and might be able to turn this thing over.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness, that was an absolutely huge nano boost coming from Red Arrow, and then a sound barrier from Tayuko. Oh my goodness, absolutely fantastic use of support ultimates there from Tidal RTC, keeping their team up. You've got 7 seconds left. It may be, it's going to be frantic here. It's going to be frantic here. Oh my goodness, can they get back? Can they get back? There's the bomb coming in from Diva. No dice there.
There's Maywall, there was a Reinhardt barrier. Salty just ran out and threw on his personal barrier just to get some charge. There was so much blocking that Maywall, and Tidal able to just clean up here on the defense. No progress picked up for Tribulation here on Hollywood.
Oh man, a full hold coming from Tidal RTC. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am having a little bit of connection issues here. I'm going to go ahead and change my connection center here, as I seem to be getting a little bit cut out on my end. Bull's going to just give me a few seconds.
Get a pause. We got a DC here, so we need a pause anyway. It'll give us a chance to work out some technical issues.
Support play coming from RTC, absolutely huge. The May sword skills on the May, big difference maker in the defense. I want to see what they come out with on the offense here. Happy Mate on the McCree, also the Cowboy, picking up a couple of Deadeye kills separately from separate uses of the Deadeye, as I get absolutely tongue-tied.
That one will do it
Orca.
to you.
Orca shredding on the Reinhardt. Now people should know why I've gotten a lot better at Reinhardt, because, well, watch what Orca does. I do what Orca does. Love you, Orca. Just wanted to put that out there.
Which is a fantastic job of commanding space, of knowing when to block and shield the important damage coming in, and when to salvage that shield and save it for a more important time, and when to push and when to pull. The flow like water is so important in this game, and Reinhardt players who can understand that push and pull, that's the yin and yang of Overwatch, and that kind of Reinhardt player will absolutely carry teams and win games.
Yeah, and he does that a lot. I mean, he's just one of the best for this tier. I think that he had an opportunity to play on a tier 4 team, but I don't think it came to fruition. But I think he would absolutely shred in tier 4 personally, even though his SR is here in the tier 3 zone. So yeah, interesting stuff coming up from them. I want to see what comes out here now.
Well, Tidal just need the one tick to take a 2-0 lead here in this match. Coming out with the Diva this time on the side of the offense. Tribulation are going to be the ones flipping over to our Russian flex tank in the name of Zarya. We will also get Minty Yeti on that Reaper, as well as the McCree there for the defense, with Tidal opting for the May here as they're looking to push in right up Main Street. Reaper is just going to drop in from above. Didn't like what he found and was forced to Wraith form out. Just a slow start here as both teams are patiently waiting. Here comes the May wall, and that could be the go signal. Both Reinhardts drop in that trade. Freeze onto the Zarya, and Settling Ace is taken out as well, but Minty Yeti counterpunches back and finds the kill onto Happy. But now he's caught in an odd position, gets frozen out, taken down by sword skills on that May. QZ in the backline with the McCree, drop it down, finds the Ana, and denying the healing coming through from the offense of Tidal. They do still have their Lucio standing, and the 3 remaining members able to chase down that McCree. Reinhardt rejoin him back on this point, and here comes that 33%. Lucio just barely touching in time to keep this thing alive here for Tribulation. But there's the Earth Shatter, there's the point, and that's a 2-0 lead here for Tidal.
Clean?
Extraordinarily clean.
I don't know what else to say. That happened so fast. It was very, very clean from Tidal RTC there. Fried and Salty. Mr. Tidal Salty coming through on the Zarya. Big plays from him. This was a good, it was just great. The attack from Tidal, basically nothing to stop them. Once they took QZK out on the Reaper, there was basically nothing to stop them. A couple of last-minute touches from the Lucio for Tribulation. And yeah, 2-0 to Tidal RTC here in the Week 1 CGL MTT, and we will be back with you in just a few moments.
Well, welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament, presented by CGL. My name is Bullskunk, alongside ChefBilly, bringing you this Tier 3 matchup between Tidal RTC and Tribulation Tier 3. Tidal up 2-0 here at the half. Billy, can Tribulation come back here?
Absolutely, they can. They have all the pieces in place. I think that just right now, I think that the coordination going with Tribulation may be a little bit off. I think that the DPS need to stay closer to their tank line at times because they are just getting a little bit caught out, and the maze for Tidal RTC, no matter who is on the position right now, they are capturing people when they're out of position. So I think that you have to really watch the out of position play, the OOP plays for Tribulation. I think that's the biggest thing going on right now.
And going into Temple of Anubis here, I think if Tribulation wants to take this map off of them, they're going to have to find a way to disrupt their game. Of course, this is a 4-map set, so even if Tidal does come up with a victory here, we will continue on to Junkertown to round off the day.
I'm really hoping for map 5, though.
You know, you and Tribulation both, sir.
I have full faith in Tribulation. You know, I know some of the coaching staff, so I know that they are well prepared for this match. It's just, you know, they're going to have to show some kind of resilience. They're going to have to plant their feet and say no more. You know, no more aggression, no more of you having your way, Tidal. We're going to stop you right here. So they showed it in Lijiang Tower. You know, they took a map off. They took a map point off of them there. So you know, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. It's just, you know, they just got to get it together and get their personnel right. I think that's, once they get the personnel right and the comps right, I think they're going to be.
Well, we do get Tribulation starting us off on the defense, like Billy mentioned, coming out in the blue jerseys. Looks like they are coming out with the Reinhardt Diva tank lineup with an Ashe and a Junkrat. Put the hurt down here for Trib. Mercy and Moira keep the team topped off and standing. Tidal going on to the offense, showing us an interesting tank line composition. What do you make of this, Billy?
Wow.
I took the words right out of my mouth. Because we are getting the Winston comboed with the Reinhardt here on the offense. They're using Junkrat and Pharah, so double spam here in the DPS department. Pharah over the top, just putting some rockets down onto that high platform. You gotta be careful of Cosmic on the high ground, and the far back, though, does have that Ashe, and the sights are set onto that Pharah. A bold res coming through. I'm surprised that Killer was able to get that res off, but Tidal back in a full 6-man roster here as the Winston is going to go ahead and chase those two members off the high ground. Ashe now back down low, and the Pharah has some room to work. With that, Tidal pushing up onto the center platform and buying the rest of the team a little bit of space here. Orca goes up onto the high ground. Once again, just cleaning that off as they slowly but surely are trying to surround the members of Tribulation, force them back into the hole. Tidal playing their game, controlling the pace so far. Here comes the Coalescence out. Oh, settling ace. Looking to disrupt him. Cosmic finds himself a pick as well. Res comes through onto that Pharah. But in the meantime, another kill going down. And it looks like this defense is going to hold and survive the first onslaught.
I mean, it's a lot right now. And, you know, Orca on the Winston doing a lot of cleave damage, but not necessarily being able to cancel or go ahead and confirm some of these kills. I'm a little head scratching on the Pharah Junkrat. I know it's spam damage from 2 different levels, 2 different eyesights, but the eye test right now, Tribulation holding strong.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Right now, I don't think Tidal's plan is working just yet. I mean, you can see that they were able to disrupt and buy a lot of ground, but like you said, the kill's just not coming through. And now they're going to attempt it once again. Here comes the Nano Boost. Or, excuse me, here comes the Primal Rage out from the Winston and just pushing things around. Tire coming out from the other side. And it's dropping down from the high ground. Finds 2 back inside. Reinhardt, Mercy down. No more shield, no more res. Here for Tribulation on the side of the defense. Sword Skills decided to take himself out of the battle, but in the meantime, Tidal cleaning up here on the point. Earthshatter thrown in the mix as well as the Coalescence. They may have taken point A, but I think they've denied their chance at a snowball in point B.
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely right. Tayuko having to throw the coalescence out there. That may have been a conversation starter, if you will, on the second point of Anubis here. But I mean, as we all know, coalescence gets farmed up so quickly from the Moira that this could be, it could still be a snowball. They just don't have the ultimates necessarily to provide said snowball starting down the hill.
Cosmic going over to the McCree here off of the Ash. Help deal with the Pharah, and there's a little bit more close range here, more medium range, not as much long range on point B. So we're going to get the Cowboy here for the defense, as it looks like the offense is working around from the far right side. 2 early picks coming through. It's a nice fire strike, caught him off guard, took the Moira out, and their primary source of healing gone here for Tribulation on the defense. And with that, the forces of Tidal are overwhelming and storming these beaches. We are getting the bomb coming out and trying to stave off this assault, trying to turn back the tide. The Tidal do not look like they're going to be stopped anytime soon. Coalescence coming out from them, the second of the match. As it looks like the reinforcements starting to come through. Oh, Aeon picking up a nice kill. Once again, the Moira sent back to spawn. Primal Rage coming out from Orca as they are looking to try to stabilize on this point. So far, no percentage picked up. Tribulation doing a good job of holding them off here in the meantime. But Sword Kills gets another kill. Yumioka getting one as well. It looks like the DPS from Tribulation trying to counter back, but the barrage is there. QZ goes down. Rez coming back up onto the Winston. But no more DPS standing here on the side of Tidal, and I think the respawn advantage might eventually overtake them here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big pulse bomb coming out onto Eon from Tidal. Cosmic, big plays coming out on the Tracer here. Organ Buzz take him out, so I mean, there's a little bit of a chance here. There's a little bit of a window, but I think the respawn advantage, as you said before, absolutely in the favor of the defense here in Anubis. So, back to the drawing board, but you do have some very good ultimates coming up online for Tidal. So, I mean, good plays, good defense. They bent, but they never broke there on the defense for Tribulation. You got to put your feet down. I mean, I was very impressed with that defense coming from them. What about you?
I think they're doing a good job of thriving in the chaos. If they can keep Tidal off their game, keep them from playing the way they want to play, they've definitely got a shot at continuing this fantastic defense. Looks like Tidal is going to come over the right-hand side. They do have Tyre in their pocket. Valkyrie coming out to start things off. It looks like circling all the way around far right as we're going shield to shield here with the Reinhardts. Here comes the Tyre from Yumioka. Tyre finds one, but QZ answers right back, picking up a kill on the Reaper. Now looking to turn his attention onto the Zarya, who's charged up. That would be a good kill to find. Has to reload at just the wrong time, so here comes the Death Blossom. Death Blossom finds 3! QZ on the Reaper is going to allow Tribulation another chance here on point B.
Oh man, absolutely stinking good play there, taking out taking out Eon, and that was just his cue to go ahead and say, you know what? Why button? Why button? I hear you. Merry Christmas.
Oh, it just looked very cinematic on cam as well. Ran out of bullets, tossed both shotguns on the ground, and then just throws Death Blossom in the mix. And it just had that very fine. Here comes the Death Blossom. And now he's going into the back line looking for more. This Reaper is feeling himself, but Tidal ready for him this time, and he's forced to Wraith form out. Gets out of there with just a smidge of health, finds the Mega, and then it's going to back up to turn his attention to the front line. See if they can hold on here on the side of the defense. 2 kills coming through with a quickness, but Yumioka answers right back, finds one of their own. Now throws the mine into the mix. Yumioka, she's got the kill onto the Reaper. And that's an important pick. Is that big chunk of damage gone? Follows it up. 3 kills here for Yumioka on point B. Can Tidal turn this into some progress, though, as the tank line still struggling to get back into this battle?
Absolutely. I mean, right now the tanks for Tidal are just getting owned by QZK4. I think that you need to do something to shore up what you've got going on there. I think Orca going over to the Zarya does help that a lot.
We are getting the Graviton Surge coming out from the defense. Coalescence in combination with that, and QZ comes with another big pick. Yumioka trying to come through with a Tyre. No, it does not matter. Tyre has null effect. The front line decimated by the likes of Chaotic Guide on the Reinhardt, and the defense from Tribulation really coming to their own here. They have done it. They have held Tidal to just 1 point on Temple of Anubis.
I mean, yeah, 1 point. That is a stinking good hold from Tribulation. I well done to you, young ladies and gentlemen, for Tribulation Tier 3. That's what I like to see. You bent, but you never broke. 0% capture progress, even with all the great moves coming from Tidal. Not a lick of capture progress.
Zilch. Nothing.
Zilch. I mean, this is their map point to win right here. All you need is a tick on the second point. And that's you got yourself a map point. We're going into Junkertown 2-1. So, man, let's go, Tribulation. Maybe they heard me. Maybe they heard me, and they decided, you shall not pass!
Yeah, they built a wall bigger than the Tide could overcome. And, I mean, we may have just witnessed the turning point of this match here, folks. But we got to wait and see if Tribulation can take advantage of this wonderful defense they've put up and attack this point with some fervor and get this point on the board, get rid of their goose egg. In that vein, it looks like they are bringing us a little Reinhardt Zarya there in the offense. QZ on the Pharah with Cosmic going over to the Tracer. On the side of the defense, Tidal coming in with the D.Va and the Reinhardt front line. Hanzo and Junkrat to put the hurt down with the Baptiste and Mercy to keep them alive.
Taiko doing a little bit of a war dance here in front of the doors. Yeah.
With a little bit of taunting coming in? Is that what that was?
It might be!
Might have been a little bit of taunting coming through from Tidal there. Hey, the mind games are real here in Overwatch. QZ coming over the top. Trying to put some pressure down. Open things up here for Tribulation on the attack. Gonna conk blast right over the top, but Yumioka! She's just gonna deny any ingress coming in. Shuts that assault down with a quickness. Already 2 kills on the board. And now I think Tribulation just kind of have to stand back and watch the clock tick as they wait for those 2 members to get back.
Somebody's on the point.
Yeah, the Tracer snuck into the back line there. Just trying to disrupt this defense a little bit. I don't think Cosmic expected to pick up any progress. But if you can shift the focus of this defense, you might be able to create an opportunity for your front line to move in. And I think it's exactly what has just happened here. Sword Skills comes up with a pick onto the Pharah. And that might slow him down a little bit. Oh, finds 2, takes the Mercy out. Yumioka going to go through a tire into the mix. That doesn't find much. But settling ace! Settling ace on this Zarya coming up big! Chaotic Guy finds a kill as well as the front line of Tribulation coming through. Oh, but their DPS numbers had already been taken out, and this has just devolved. Now it's just the Pharah left on the objective. We've got to get a reset out of Trib here.
Yeah, I mean, you've also got the Immortality Barrier out from Killer Reaper. Man, I thought that was game, set, match point right there on the first point, but man, a very lucky charge. Maybe it was the skill charge, but we'll call it a little bit lucky. Of Eon onto Kukos on the Zara or on the Moira. That was brilliant play from him. Yeah, bought him just enough time.
Now Tribulation have managed to buy themselves a little bit of space on this point. Cosmic going to go into the back, try to throw the pulse bomb down, but does not find the target that they are looking for. Now we're going to get Immortality Barrier coming out. That is used and gone for 25 seconds. Earthshatter coming out from Aeon, but it finds nothing. In the end, Sword Skills does find that kill. Both Earthshatters used. We're going to get the Barrage coming out. Barrage finds 2. QZ finds 2 more. And this Pharah might have just broken this thing open wide. Tribulation finding the goods. QZ reigning supreme from above. There's 2 ticks. And that third one should be picked up. Do we think that Trib can snowball this thing here, though? They do have a Graviton Surge. Billy, what are your thoughts on the snowball coming into point B?
I mean, we've got an all-important Graviton Surge ready to go. Also, we almost have a Pulse Bomb ready, so you could actually do a grab Pulse Bomb into this. Yumioka is ready to go almost with another tire, and Sword Skills has his Dragons online. So there is stuff to repel them, but if they play their cards right, this could actually be a huge turn of events here in this match with the title up 2-0. Here we go.
Dragons coming out early. Cosmic finds himself a kill in the backline. Settling ace finding one as well. 2-man advantage here for the offense. Nice pin coming out from Aeon. I'm sorry, coming out from Chaotic. Oh, but the 3-man tire. Yumioka, despite being down by a 3-man disadvantage, Yumioka coming back and finding the kills with the tire. And that's going to buy another fight here for Tidal. They're holding on. Woo, what a play out of the Junkrat.
Oh my goodness, come forth, young lady. 4K out of Yumioka with the tire and then a concussion mind blast after that. Oh my goodness.
Map saving. Absolutely map saving.
Match saving. Good Lord.
Now,
oh man,
good for Tribulation. They do still have all of their ultimates online and ready to go that they were that we were aforementioning, including that Graviton Surge Pulse Bomb combo. Yumioka coming up with an important early pick, finds the Moira, and denying that healing coming out the other side. Chaotic Guide is going to drop as well. Sword skills on this Hanzo, landing those arrows true. Cosmic trying to come in and disrupt the backline, gets the D-Mech. QZ finds a kill as well. But I think the reinforcements of Tidal are going to be too strong, and they're going to hold on here once again on the defense.
I mean, Cosmic causing some havoc in the background, but you know you've got to look. You've got to look and see. You know, Kukos had already gone down. Big picks every fight here right now. Yumioka is actually coming through with a pick at the beginning of every one of these fights. A Junkrat is going unchecked for Tidal RTC, and that is a big problem for Tribulation right now. They've got to get this Junkrat under control.
And you can see Chaotic Guide's shield is pretty much gone before they even get to the objective. And that means the Earth Shatters are free here for Aeon. That one landing big, but the kills are traded out. Yumioka does drop that tire into the mix, building up so fast, and does finish off that Reinhardt. Follows it up with another kill onto Cosmic. And this Junkrat, they have got to find an answer to Yumioka on this Junkrat. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, there's no answer right now. Zero answer right now. And, you know, they're just continuing to bullishly go through and not do any kind of swaps. I know that they've got, you know, I think that you can go with a Baptiste. You can go with Baptiste Lucio. You can go Baptiste Mercy, Baptiste Moira. And I think the healers right now are the issue.
Well, and even on top of compositional changes, I think you just got to be more decisive. They're still holding on to the same 4 ultimates. We've got to get a real game plan here. We need to see it executed from Tribulation. They are running out of time. They had time on their side. They had ultimate economy on their side, and all of it is dwindling as we are down to just 62 seconds on the clock. All right, how are they going to choose to aggress it? I think they're thinking the same thing. You can almost see them gathering their thoughts here on the outside of point B. All right, they're going to go in through cave side. I'm expecting to see this Earthshatter to come out and open things up. As QZ is circling around to the back, looking to take down the Hanzo, and that's a good early pick. That's just the start they're looking for. Orca, who's going to throw a bomb into the mix. Bomb takes QZ out of the sky, not able to use, or just as the barrage is coming out, ultimate wasted. But nevertheless, the front line of Tribulation are getting a little bit of work done here on the front line. Well, the Dragon's coming out from the defense. That's going to try to stall things, but the Coalescence in return coming back for Tribulation. Yumioka finds one with the tire, but they still have the Zarya as well, their DPS online here for Trib on this point. Stall tactics coming out on the side of Tidal here as time is ticking down. 5 seconds on the clock. It's do or die time. Can Tribulation put a point on the board, or are we going to continue into map 4 with this 2-0 scoreline? QZ finds a nice pick, start things off with the overtime wick of burden. Looking for more.
Oh, man.
Coalescence had been used. Tribulation just struggling to find these kills here in the end. Tidal doing such a good job of avoiding this, and the support line for them able to keep them alive. As it just looks like a brawl here. I cannot see a game plan coming from Tidal. It looks like they're just so disorganized. All right, here comes a Coalescence, and they're trying to get something done here. Both support ultimates used here, in fact. QZ finally lighting up this kill feed. Gonna go ahead and throw a barrage into the mix. Cosmic killed by his own pulse bomb here. We'll see if, despite the comedy of errors, if they might be able to stand tall. Sound barrier coming out on the side of Tidal as they're looking to hold on here. The stall, very real and very good here for the defense. QZ finds a pick. They're going to take, there it is. There it is. We might finally start getting the kills coming through. QZ had enough on the skies. And it will be QZ on the far finally. Woo, my goodness.
That grab was what was finally cleared that point for Tribulation there. QZK, the barrage coming out, even Cosmic killing himself with the pulse bomb. I mean, they were, I don't know if they wanted to win the point or not. It was absolutely a bar brawl there. And in the end, I mean, the great grab coming out from Settling Ace 4000 on the Zarya, capturing everybody into it. But man, I got to tell you, this is a fight now. Going into Junkertown, that has to be the catalyst that Tribulation was looking for going into this next map. So here we go. 2-1 Tidal. Tribulation Tier 3 picking up Temple of Anubis. We could be going to a map 5s, ladies and gentlemen. Come back and see Junkertown after these few messages.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. My name is Bullskunk, alongside ChefBilly, bringing you this Tier 3 matchup here between Tidal, RTC, and Tribulation. Tidal up 2-1 after Map 3. Man, that was a close one, but we're finally seeing some signs of life out of Tribulation. What do they do well? What can they take into Map 4 and send us to a Map 5?
Well, you know, as somebody in Chatland went ahead and let us know, that could have been tieable, and if they would have tied that, that would have been game over, or at least match over. They still could have, you know, tied the last 2 maps, or won the last map, and it would have been game over. It would have been a match win to Tidal. So kudos for Tribulation for getting that finally at the very end. I think this is going to be a very interesting map, and I do have it ready from both captains. So as we talk about what we're expecting here from both teams, Bullskunk, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going forward, because we could get our first map 5, at least for us.
It would be exciting, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings to send us to Ilios. But you know, before that happens, Tribulation are going to have to put up a good showing here on map 4. Of course, Tidal on match point. And I think you're right. I think a little bit more discipline with the ultimates will definitely help in that. And to your question about double snipers, I mean, that certainly wouldn't hurt my feelings either. You know, love to see some good sniper battles. And this is the perfect battleground to see that. Heading into Junkertown, we are getting Tidal back in the blue jerseys. Starting us off on the defense here as we head to sunny Australia. It looks like they are showing us some Ryan Zarya. Guess what? Fatal King.
Ooh.
Pulling out that Widowmaker.
Happy.
Happy's actually playing the Tracer. Hey-o! All right. Dad jokes aside, moving on to the offense. They do have some time to change their mind. But it looks like we are going to get some Reinhardt Diva coming out from the attacking team of Tribulation. And they're showing us a Bastion. What do you think about this composition here, Billy?
I love seeing the Bastion come out. I think that it's a good choice here, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been always been a staple. It seems kind of a meta-proof strategy here on Junkertown, the old pirate ship. And we are going to get that double shield settling ace coming off of the Diva here, as they have opted to go for the Reinhardt Orisa to keep that Bastion alive. Fatal King started off with a nice shot, showing some dominance there. It's QZ making the swap coming off of the Ash. Oh, QZ finding first blood there on this next engagement. Good kill coming from the Bastion as the members of Tidal looking to storm over the pirate ship itself, but they just have so many casualties. They are forced back, and it is full steam ahead for the boat. We're going to get some swaps coming out. Salty going over to the Diva here. What are your thoughts on this? To help push in on this pirate ship, perhaps?
I mean, I wouldn't push in on it if you paid me right now, going up with Bastion. You know, the antis coming out from Arrow right now are really good, though. That's what I'm seeing right now. I think that getting into their face is what's going to be what is required. However, you know, you got to keep the Bastion up. That is a lot of resources going into one player. As we've always said before, we hate seeing all these players going out. Big Shatter coming out from Eon there.
But some perfect positioning from QZ. He is just out of harms away from that Earth Shatter, able to take out the Reinhardt, drops the tank configuration into the mix, and then Cosmic there to team up with that Bastion, find the final blows, and this offense wasting no time putting a point on the board.
No, 4:45 on the clock, and progressing into the streets phase here in Australia, going past the takeout counter.
We do have Earth Shatter as well as Pulse Bomb online here for Tribulation on the attacking team. For the side of the defense, nothing just yet. Or at least nothing online right now. We did get an early Earth Shatter coming out. Here comes an Earth Shatter from Chaotic Guide as we speak. 5 members of Tidal fall to that massive hammer. QZ cleaning up. What a fantastic ultimate coming out. My goodness. Tribulation in full control.
Is this the same team that we've seen? Is this the same team that we've been seeing the past 2 maps? Or
It is
past 3
absolutely
maps?
not. It is absolutely not the same team. I mean, I see the same player names in the top right-hand corner, but no, this is not the same team that we saw in maps 1 and 2. They are looking coordinated, focus fire there, and it looks like they have a plan, and they are executing that plan. Doors open, 2 points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, 5 minutes and 10 seconds on the board here for the team from Tribulation, and right now, no answer for what's going on as far as their tank line, the DPS line, the healer line. There is nothing that they have to set up against it. You've got to bring out your own. You've got to bring out your own Bastion at this point. You've got to mirror the comp. That's what I think is. That's what I think they need to do right now.
Fatal up on the high ground with a Hans. Go see if he can find an opening here. QZ's going to go ahead and throw take configuration into the mix. Finds one. Follows up some shots onto Aeon. Kills finished off by the Coalescence, throwing out from the offense as well. Kukos coming up big on the Moira. Knowing when to heal and when to damage. Settling Ace. The final blows onto Tiyuko. And this offense will not be stopped. My goodness.
No, this is great stuff coming from Tribulation. You know, you want to see this coming from the team down 1-2. You know, is it reverse sweep time? That's something that we actually need to start discussing right now, because there are 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on this clock, and they are absolutely cleaning clock. There goes a kill.
Fatal King had a very important first pick, winning the duel against the Tracer before that engagement started, and then wins it yet again right on the back of the engagement. We had that Ant Matrix thrown into the mix as well, and Tidal finally able to disrupt this pirate ship.
Good stuff. I mean, you know, the Ant Matrix coming out from Red Arrow, putting the Coalescence through it. I don't know if it amplifies the damage through it or not. Somebody out there in chat land, please verify my facts. I don't think it does, but please ask if it does or not. But I think that right now, you know, once again, they still have all the chips in their favor right now for Tribulation. And there's a good pulse bomb to start out for on Fatal King.
Yes, indeed, and Chaotic, and they're just swinging. Oh, but the bomb from the other side, coupled with the Deadeye from Happy, and 3 kills line up the board. Aeon with a charge in there as well for a 4th, and the defensive Tidal. Well, they're not going to be shook just yet. Now, we do have that Earthshatter online as well as a Valkyrie here. Settling Ace going over to the Diva. So coming off of that Orisa pick. And it's, you know, just so difficult to get reestablished once you're dislodged as the pirate ship. All right, Diva going up into the high ground, trying to counter Fatal and Happy, who are sitting there trying to rain damage from above. As the tank or the DPS lineup here for Tribulation have also swapped off, so there is no more Bastion here. Looking for more of a pseudo double sniper in the name of Ash Hanzo. So far, Ash fighting to kill, but Fatal King dropping the dragons into the mix, takes out his counterpart 5v5 here on the objective. Looks like QZ trying to drop down from above as this brawl is just taking place low in close quarters. Ant Matrix coming out from the side of the defense. Coalescence thrown in there as well. And it looks like they're going to keep Trib in check, at least for the moment. All right. Trib coming back in. Coalescence to start things off here. Earthshatter coming out, but hits nothing but the shield, the Chaotic guy. Nevertheless, Aeon able to find 2 kills with that big old hammer of his. And I think that is going to be Tribulation right back to the drawing board. Chaotic guy just barely able to escape with his life there.
I'm not sure why you swap off the Bastion, to be honest, at this point, because he was getting so much value with the Bastion, and they had really no answer for it. I don't know why you swap off of it, because they didn't have the answer for it. But, I mean, you know, teams decide to do what they want to do. Kind of a head-scratcher for me, but, you know, now you're going into a double sniper comp right now in close quarters. You don't have the sight lines that you had before. So, you know, you're going to have to basically hope on luck and positioning to get you through this.
Well, and they're hoping to win the one-on-one duels, and Cosmic able to win that one there, taking the sniper down, taking Hanzo out of the equation. They're going to jump down onto the point here. Bomb thrown into the mix. There was an immortality field there, but it is now long gone. Bomb coming out on the side of the defense. No kills coming through. Coalescence thrown in from Tidal as well. Cosmic is just sitting on the high ground, trying to rain damage in from above. Earthshatter coming in from below. Dragons coming out to try to counterpunch back, but 2 kills on the board here for Tribulation as they're looking to push this thing just the final few meters to its final resting place. 48 seconds on the clock. Can they get it home? Looks like Frightened Salty's going to start things off with a kill, but answering right back is Cosmic as he picks up one that trades his life for it. And now the respawn advantage might be coming through. Eon charging out of spawn at full speed and lands square on the Chaotic Guide. That Reinhardt goes down, and I think so do the hopes of Tribulation of winning this engagement.
Yeah, you got about 26 seconds left on the clock here. You got 4.63 meters to go. Settling Ace does have the all-important self-destruct ready to go. Also, Dragon's ready to go on the side of Tribulation. On the other side, you do have a big shatter ready for Eon, ready to go. So here we go, Bengagon, 10 seconds. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Got a whole lot of CC on the side of the defense, so nothing really preventing them from touching card here as the final seconds wane down, and the overtime wicks will start to burn. Dragon's Diva Bomb combo coming out from the offense. Bomb lands in the back, takes out the Reinhardt. He had Earth Shattered on point and was trying to follow that up with some damage, but the bomb disrupted all of it. And the offense now lighting up that kill feed. Settling Ace, a big part of it, as he's down in the back, looking for more, takes out the Hanzo, follows it up with a kill onto the Baby Diva, and with the overtime wick burning, 3 points are on the board here for Tribulation here in Junkertown.
Yeah, big stuff. I mean, they had a huge time bank coming into there, and they were in overtime when they went ahead and got the 3rd point. But they did get that all-important 3rd point. So at least they're going to have a minute worth of time should Tidal RTC get it through all 3 points here. There's nothing to suggest that they won't bring out the Bastion again, since Tidal didn't have an answer for Bastion. So, you know, that's my biggest thing is, what are they going to do to counter a Bastion if it is out there, despite what they decide to bring out on offense? Because if you can't shoot down the Bastion, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. And we'll see. I mean, I think it might be a little bit easier affair to disrupt the Bastion off of point A than it would be, you know, for the offense to disrupt a defensive Bastion than, you know, than disrupting Pirate Ship. But
look what Tidal's doing.
yeah, it looks like Tidal is just going to answer right back on a Pirate Ship of their own here on the side of the offense. Defensively, Tribulation showing us some Reaper Ash here to try to help deal with that. The Reaper, of course, able to get in close quarters, put a lot of damage down as they try to disrupt the objective. Can Tribulation hold on? They have a chance to tie us up here with that great assault. We'll see if their defense can hold. As the doors are opening, Tidal's attack phase has begun. All right, Pirate Ship moving out. Just going to jump directly onto the objective here. As you do with the Pirate Ship. Reaper trying to come in and disrupt from the flank angle, but he is found out. Sent back. Fatal King coming up with an early pick. Sniping from above, but that res is there, and now Cosmic able to strike back and get a little bit of a revenge kill. And now the tide has turned the other way. 6-5 for the defense here. Cosmic trying to push some damage down onto the Mercy. Gets her whittled down super low, but is forced to back out of there as the pressure was getting put up onto the high ground. Aeon winning the duel in the front line. Trying to keep Tidal in this thing here, despite being down a man early. But of course, respawn advantage favoring the offense here, and they're going to keep this payload moving along.
Man, they put so many resources into that Bastion there. I mean, it took everything that they had to keep him up, but keep him up they did. And now, you know, Fatal King being a little bit of a gnat in the front lines of the defense right now, preventing a lot of the ingress onto the defense here for the defense of Tribulation. You've got to throw out your own Baptiste there, too. Oh, that's a huge shatter coming out from Chaotic.
You know, that'll do the trick right there, as they immediately just run onto the point. But Chaotic Guide, it's just swinging for the fences. We'll see if yes, Aeon does indeed drop the focus fire too much, and the defense will hold on here. What an excellent retake coming out of Tribulation.
Yeah, QZK4 there on the Hanzo, actually preventing the res from Jene. Man, that is actually some really good play coming out from the junior side here of Tribulation Tier 3. A couple of ultimates coming up online for Tribulation here. You could throw in that, the amplification matrix. I was getting ready to say that would be an excellent one to throw out there. And Tidal is going to go ahead and throw out. Oh my goodness! Woo!
Yeah, we got take configuration coming out from the offense. Managed to find 2 kills, but Diva Bomb goes into the back and picks off 2 kills of their own here for the side of Tribulation. Rez comes through, and the defense is back at a 5-man roster here. And I think Tidal is going to do a little bit of a soft reset. Okay, here comes Ryan back into the battle. Aeon there throwing fire strikes into the mix. And Fatal King throwing swords into the mix. And that's going to pick off 2 there right out of the back. Turning the attention on to the Diva. The D-Mac is there.